The sea is silent tonight. No wind, no waves. Only the soft hum of the world asleep. They call it the silent sea, a place beyond maps, beyond memory. No compass turns here. No stars reflect upon its glassy skin. And yet, one light remains. A single star, trembling upon the horizon. Some say it's a mirage, others say it's a doorway. But sailors, dreamers, and those who've seen too much, they whisper another name. Morpheus, the star of the silent sea. They say if you follow its light, it leads not to land, but to truth. No one returns unchanged. Some never return at all. But tonight, one traveler sails toward that light. Her name is Lyra. Her ship hums softly, made of glass and light. She carries no crew, no flag, no fear. Only a question. The same question that brought every seeker to these waters. What lies beneath the dream? The horizon shimmers like a living mirror. The air hums with something ancient, awake and waiting. Lyra closes her eyes. The sea whispers her name. And somewhere beneath the stillness, the voice of Morpheus begins to rise. The wind has no voice here, only the sound of water breathing beneath the hull. Lyra stands at the bow, eyes fixed on the horizon that never moves. The silent sea stretches endlessly, a perfect mirror of silver and night. Her ship, the Somnus, glides without sail, carried by a current unseen. In her hands, an old compass spins slowly, its needle trembling like a heartbeat. It points not north, but toward the glow that flickers faintly in the distance. That light, the star of the silent sea, pulses like it's alive. Lyra's voice, quiet and steady, breaks the silence. You again, she whispers. For months, the same dream has guided her here. Each night, the same voice calls from beneath the waves, soft as breath. Lyra, it says, come home. She doesn't know the voice, yet it feels older than her name. Her ship hums, its crystal hull resonating with the rhythm of her pulse. She checks her journal, filled with notes of light patterns, tides, and strange symbols. She writes again. The sea does not move, but time does. The stars above blink faintly, but one refuses to fade. That is her destination, her promise, her curse. Lyra is not a sailor by trade. She was once a dream scientist, a cartographer of sleep. Her research once mapped the subconscious like constellations in the mind. But one night, her equipment detected a signal, a dream that no one owned, a dream that spoke her name. Since then, she has chased its frequency across worlds, across silence, across herself. Now she is here, at the edge of every map. She records a voice log. Day 72. The sea remains motionless. I hear something. A pause. Then, faintly, a tone, low, melodic, impossible to place. It hums through the deck, into her bones, into her heart. She whispers, the song of Morpheus. The same melody from her dreams. She follows, it with closed eyes, feeling the rhythm guide her course. No wind pushes her sails. The ship moves because the song wants it to. The air grows thick, luminous with faint particles of drifting light. They move like dust motes, but they pulse with color when touched. Lyra reaches out. One settles on her palm, glowing softly, then fades. Her breath catches. Dream fragments, she murmurs. They're real. She writes again. The dreams of the forgotten have weight. Her voice trembles as she speaks to the recorder. If anyone finds this, remember, dreams leave traces. Silence answers. Only the heartbeat of the ocean remains. She looks toward the glowing horizon once more. The star flickers, closer now, brighter, pulsing in rhythm with the song. And beneath that glow, something moves, not with malice, but memory. Lyra feels it watching her, gentle and vast. The sea exhales. The world holds its breath. Her compass stops spinning. The needle points straight ahead. She sets her course, toward the light, toward Morpheus. Night falls like a slow curtain of glass. The world folds into silence again. Lyra sits on the deck, the stars above reflecting in her eyes. She hums the tune she keeps hearing, the one that has no beginning or end, the song of Morpheus. It echoes in the stillness, soft as the heartbeat of time. She records her voice. The song repeats every night, same frequency, same tone. Her instruments show no data, no signal, only silence measured in infinity. But she hears it clearly, not through her ears, through her mind. Sometimes it sounds like a lullaby, sometimes like a warning. It grows louder when she closes her eyes. It weaves through her thoughts, painting images she cannot understand. A city made of mirrors, a tower floating on clouds, faces without names. The song connects them all, as if every dream shares one heartbeat. Lyra breathes deeply, trying to follow the rhythm. Each note feels alive, like the sea itself is singing to her. She whispers, "Why do you call me?" But the sea gives no answer. The melody shifts, rising like a tide, then falling into a hum of sorrow. It sounds almost human, almost like her own voice. She feels warmth in her chest, spreading slowly through her veins. Her thoughts drift between waking and sleep. In that borderland, she sees light moving beneath the water. Shapes, bright and fluid, dance below the surface, forming patterns like constellations. They pulse in rhythm with the music. She kneels, watching them move, her reflection dissolving into theirs. Her whisper trembles. "Are you dreams?" The lights pause as if listening. Then one rises to the surface. It hovers above the water, a sphere of pale blue radiance fragile as a tear. Inside it, she sees fragments. Laughter, hands reaching, stars colliding. Memories, perhaps. Not hers, but belonging to someone, somewhere. The orb hums softly, then sinks, back beneath the surface. Lyra writes quickly. Dream residue, self-luminous, responds to human presence. She looks at the horizon. The star of the silent sea glows brighter. The song shifts again, as if the light and melody are one. She feels her heart synchronize with the rhythm. Is this how dreams communicate? She wonders aloud. Her words vanish into the night air, carried by invisible waves. Suddenly, the melody falters. A low tremor ripples through the deck. Lyra grips the railing. The sea remains still, yet the vibration continues. The sound becomes a voice, soft, layered, infinite. It speaks not in words, but in understanding. You are close, it says inside her thoughts. Do not fear the silence. Her breath catches. She presses a hand to her chest. Morpheus? She whispers. The voice fades, leaving behind only the echo of her own name. Lyra stares into the reflection of the star, her pulse echoing its light. The song returns, quieter now, almost like a memory. And for the first time, she realizes the melody is not outside her. It is within her, waiting to be remembered. The dawn never comes quickly on the silent sea. It arrives like a secret whispered to the horizon. Lyra wakes to the dim shimmer of half-light, her eyes adjusting to a world made of mirrors. Every surface reflects her image, infinite, quiet, unreal. The sky above looks like liquid glass rippling with faint color. She stands at the bow, watching the horizon split between sea and sky. They are identical, so perfect that she cannot tell where one begins. She breathes in slowly. It's like the world is dreaming itself, she murmurs. Her ship floats motionless, suspended in a silence too deep to describe. She lifts her compass again. The needle no longer spins. It points straight ahead. The star glows brighter now, steady, unwavering, pulsing softly in time. It doesn't rise or fall. It simply is. A fixed light in a world of reflection. Lyra records, the mirror sky. I cannot find the horizon. I think the sea is reflecting memory. She dips her hand into the water. The surface ripples, revealing flashes of unknown skies. She sees worlds she's never visited. Golden deserts, silver forests, cities of rain. Each image vanishes as quickly as it comes, like a memory slipping from grasp. Her voice trembles. The sea remembers everything. The reflection deepens. For a moment she sees herself standing not on a ship, but on the water. Another Lyra, staring back at her from the mirrored sea. The twin moves differently, a fraction slower, her eyes filled with light. Lyra freezes. The air hums, the melody of Morpheus faint beneath the surface. Who are you? She whispers to the reflection. The reflection smiles gently, raising a hand in greeting. When their fingers almost touch, the sea shivers like breath. The reflection speaks without sound. Lyra doesn't hear words. She understands them. You are the dreamer and the dream. The voice in her mind echoes the same line. You are both. Lyra steps back, heart pounding, though no fear takes hold, only awe. She feels the truth of it sinking into her like sunlight through glass. Every dream she's ever studied, every memory of others, has led to this moment. The boundaries between self and reflection are fading. She writes, "The star guides me through myself. The compass glows faintly in her palm, its metal warm, alive. The light from the horizon stretches upward, touching the mirrored sky. For an instant, sea and sky become one, a single sheet of light without division." She whispers, "The star isn't in the sky. It's beneath us." The realization blooms in her chest like dawn. If the sky is reflection, then the star shines from below, from the depths, from the heart of the silent sea. She kneels, gazing down into the shifting mirror. Deep beneath, she sees it, a pulse of light, vast and alive, beating slowly like a heart. The star of the silent sea is not a star at all. It's something dreaming, something waiting to wake. The silence deepens. It feels alive now, like a breath drawn between dreams. Lyra sits at the edge of the deck, staring into the glowing sea below. The pulse of light flickers, slow and rhythmic, a heart beneath the water. She feels it echo in her chest, syncing with her heartbeat. She whispers, "Who are you?" But the waves give no answer. Then, from the mist, a figure begins to form, not human, not ghost, but something woven of light and memory. It glides above the water, its shape shifting like smoke in wind. A voice follows, soft, melodic, endless. "I am the keeper." Lyra stands, breath caught between wonder and disbelief. "The keeper," she repeats. "Keeper of what?" The voice hums through the air, "Of dreams that no one remembers." The figure shines brighter, threads of silver drifting around it like tides. It gestures to the sea. "This is the archive, the resting place of forgotten dreams." Lyra gazes into the depths, where faint glows drift like lanterns underwater. Each light flickers with color, shape, and sound, fragments of sleeping minds. "They look alive," she whispers. "Are they still dreaming?" The keeper's voice lowers, gentle as a lullaby. "Dreams never die. They only fade." Lyra's heart tightens. Then this sea is made of memory. The keeper nods, its form bending like reflection in ripples. Every forgotten hope, every abandoned song, they drift here until they rest. Lyra kneels, feeling the hum of the ocean beneath her palms. She sees visions, a child chasing stars, a poet's ink dissolving, a bird made of fire. Each vanishes, replaced by another, infinite in number. Her eyes glisten. "It's beautiful," she breathes. The keeper watches her with something like kindness. "But beauty is not the same as peace," it says. "Some dreams refuse to rest." Lyra looks up. "Morpheus." The keeper inclines its head. "Yes, the dream that will not fade. The star of the silent sea," she says softly. "It's his heart, isn't it?" A pause. Then the answer comes like wind through crystal. It is his memory, his last breath. Lyra shivers, not from fear, but from knowing. Why call to me? The keeper drifts closer, its light brushing her face like warmth. "Because you still remember what others have forgotten." She frowns. "I don't understand." The keeper's tone deepens, echoing through the ship's glass hull. "You're not just a traveler, Lyra. You are a dream returned." Her pulse races. The sea glows brighter around her. I was part of him," she whispers. "You were created by Morpheus to seek what even he could not, the dream of awakening." The words linger in the air, heavy and radiant. Lyra feels something stir within her, recognition, belonging, grief. She touches the deck, trembling. "Then I'm here to finish his dream." The keeper bows its head. "Or to free it." The sea hums like a heartbeat again. The light beneath grows stronger. Lyra looks down into it, whispering, "Then let me remember." The sea begins to move, not in waves but in patterns, swirling ribbons of light beneath the surface. The keeper's form drifts beside Lyra as the glow deepens. "This is the tide of memory," it says, "the current that carries forgotten dreams." Lyra watches in awe as threads of radiance twist and braid into rivers of color. Each current hums with sound, laughter, weeping, whispers, fragments of songs. She can feel them brushing against her thoughts, tugging softly at her mind. The air thickens with emotion, the taste of sorrow, joy, and remembrance. Lyra steadies herself, whispering, "It feels alive." The keeper nods. Dreams are living echoes. Every thought leaves a trace. The tide surges closer to the ship, surrounding it with waves of shimmering memory. Lyra closes her eyes. In that light, she begins to see. 1,000 lives pass before her. Strangers she's never known, yet somehow remembers. A mother singing to her child beneath twin moons. A painter crafting suns from silence. A wanderer whispering love to the wind. She sees them all, their moments suspended in endless reflection. Tears slip from her eyes, falling into the glowing sea. Each drop becomes light, joining the current. She gasps softly. "My memories, they're part of it too." The keeper's voice drifts like mist. "Yes, you've walked these tides before." Lyra's breath trembles. "Then this place, it remembers me." The keeper's glow dims slightly. "You were born of its light, as all dreamers are." The ship begins to move again, carried gently by the luminous tide. No sails, no wind, just the pulse of memory guiding its path. Lyra leans over the railing, watching visions drift by like stars in water. Among them, she sees a familiar image, her own face, younger, sleeping in a glass cradle. She recoils, whispering, "That's me." The keeper hums, its tone low and kind. The first dream of Morpheus, the dream of creation. Lyra stares into the reflection, feeling the truth bloom inside her. Her life began not in the waking world, but in the realm of dreams. Every heartbeat she has ever known belongs to another's imagination. Her voice breaks. "Then what am I?" The keeper replies, "You are the echo of a thought unfinished, the question that dreamed itself awake." Lyra falls silent. The sea glows brighter beneath her feet. She feels the weight of countless lives, countless dreams within her, each one a spark, each one a thread in the same vast tapestry. She whispers, "If all dreams are connected, then Morpheus is everything." The keeper nods slowly, "And everything is dreaming." The tide carries them onward, deeper into light. Lyra feels herself dissolving at the edges, her body lighter, her mind open. She writes in her journal with shaking hands, "The dream remembers its dreamer." Her voice fades into the recorder. "I think I'm remembering who I was." The sea hums in reply, endless and alive, and the current draws her closer to the heart of Morpheus. The sea opens like a wound of light, not painful, but deep, infinite, calling. Lyra stands at the bow as the ship slows, surrounded by stillness. The tide of memory fades into a vast, glowing expanse. There is no horizon now, only brightness stretching forever. The keeper's voice comes softly. "You have reached the threshold," Lyra whispers, "the heart of the silent sea." The keeper nods, its form flickering like reflection in wind. Beyond this, the dreaming consciousness rests. Morpheus sleeps there. Lyra feels her pulse quicken. "How do I reach him?" "By stillness," the keeper says. "The deeper you go, the quieter you must become." She takes a breath, feeling her body grow lighter, almost transparent. Her ship drifts forward, but it's no longer moving through water. It's moving through silence, layers of thought, memory, and time. The sound of her heartbeat slows. Her breath becomes part of the air. The light grows dim, folding inward until everything feels like dusk. She closes her eyes, letting herself sink without sinking. The ocean around her opens like a door of glass. Below, she sees a figure, vast, radiant, unmoving. Morpheus, the dream asleep beneath the sea. Not a god, not a person, but something larger, a consciousness woven of every dream. His presence hums through her like music from another world. Lyra feels the edges of her thoughts dissolve, her fears, her name, her purpose, all drifting away like foam. She whispers, "Can you hear me?" The silence responds, not with words, but with emotion, warmth, recognition. Images flash before her eyes, the birth of stars, the first dream of humankind, the laughter of children asleep under twin moons. Each image burns bright, then fades into darkness. A voice stirs within the stillness, not heard but felt. You have returned. Lyra's eyes fill with tears. You know me. You are part of me, the voice says, soft as light, and I am part of you. She trembles. Why call me back? Because the dream is fading. The world forgets. Without dreamers, I cannot wake. Lyra clutches her heart, overwhelmed by sorrow and truth. You're dying, she whispers. Dreams do not die, Morpheus replies. They become memory, but memory cannot create. The sea around her darkens, glowing faintly like breath in fog. Then what must I do? She asks. You must remember the dream of awakening, the dream that began it all. She doesn't understand, yet the meaning burns in her soul. Morpheus continues, his voice echoing through her veins. You were my final creation, a dream sent to seek the edge of forgetting. Lyra whispers, then I was never real. The answer comes like a tide. You are the most real thing I have ever dreamed. Tears fall silently into the glowing water. Lyra kneels, feeling the vast presence envelop her completely. Then let me wake you, she says softly. The sea trembles with a sound like thunder, muted by sleep. Morpheus whispers, to wake me, you must first awaken yourself. And with that, the light folds inward, pulling her gently toward the heart of the sea. The light gathers around her like a cocoon. Time unravels into silence. Lyra floats between thought and dream, suspended in the glow. The voice of Morpheus hums through her veins, steady, timeless. Beneath all sleep there is one pulse, he says. It binds every dream together. She sees it, a web of light stretching across endless darkness. Each thread shimmers, a dream, a memory, a heartbeat. They connect worlds, souls, and forgotten moments into one great constellation. Lyra whispers, the star of the silent sea. Yes, Morpheus replies, it is not a star above, but within, the dream that never ends. Lyra's thoughts drift through the glowing expanse. She sees countless beings sleeping across galaxies, all bound by the same rhythm. Children dreaming of flight, lovers dreaming of reunion, wanderers dreaming of home. Each dream adds to the light, each light keeps the silence alive. And at the center of it all, the heart of Morpheus, pulsing like dawn. Lyra realizes the truth. The star isn't guiding me, it's remembering me. Morpheus's presence warms the air. You are my echo, Lyra, my final memory given form. She feels tears rise, though she cannot tell if they are hers or his. If I am your dream, she whispers, then who am I when I wake? A pause, then the sea trembles softly, glowing from within. When you wake, he says, you become the dreamer. Her mind spins, flooded with impossible understanding. The star is both the dream and the awakening, creation remembering itself. Lyra's heart beats faster. Then everything, every life, is part of you. And you are part of everything, Morpheus answers gently. The light around her pulses, synchronizing with her heartbeat again. She feels the ocean breathe, the sky hum, the stars tilt closer. Reality folds inward, then out again, seamless, infinite. Lyra sees fragments of her own life replay before her eyes. Her studies, her voyage, her loneliness, all threads of one greater story. It was never about finding him. It was about remembering she was never lost. The truth settles into her soul like sunrise, breaking over dark water. Morpheus's voice fades, softer now, almost tender. The dream of awakening lives in you. Protect it, share it, become it. Lyra whispers, will I see you again? In every dream that dares to remember, he replies. The sea brightens, filling with thousands of stars, not reflections, but awakenings. Each spark rises, drifting upward into the mirrored sky. Lyra watches them ascend, her heart full of stillness and light. She reaches out, and the last fragment of Morpheus touches her hand. The warmth spreads through her entire being, dissolving the boundary between dream and flesh. The voice lingers one final time. You are the star now. And then, silence. Not empty, but alive, vast as creation itself. Lyra opens her eyes to a world reborn in reflection and memory. The sea is quiet again, but it no longer feels empty. Lyra stands surrounded by drifting light, each spark a heartbeat of memory. The keeper reappears beside her, glowing faintly in the haze. "It is done," it whispers. "You have reached him." Lyra turns slowly, eyes full of tears and light. "He's part of me now." The keeper nods. "And you are part of the sea." But now comes the choice. Lyra's pulse steadies, her breath soft as mist. What choice? To wake or to remain, the keeper says. To remember or to forget. The silence stretches like eternity between them. Lyra looks toward the horizon, no longer empty, but alive with faint stars. "The world is still dreaming," she says. "It needs him." The keeper's tone deepens. "If you wake, the dream will fade. But if you stay, you will guard it." She hesitates, feeling the pull of both paths like opposing tides. One leads to warmth, air, and morning. The other to endless light and silence. She closes her eyes, listening to the hum within her chest. It's not fear she feels. It's belonging. All around her, the sea breathes softly, waiting. The keeper's voice comes again. "Every dreamer must choose, awakening or eternity." Lyra's fingers brush the railing of her ship, the glass cool beneath her touch. She remembers her life before the voyage, fleeting, fragile, filled with questions. But here, in the silent sea, she has found answers. She whispers, "If I return, will I remember this?" The keeper's light dims. Only as a feeling, a warmth you cannot name. Lyra gazes into the shimmering deep below. Beneath the light, she sees shapes, other dreamers, other lives suspended in reflection. She realizes the truth. She was never alone here. Every dream that ever lived is part of this ocean, breathing together. She kneels, pressing a hand against the deck. Then perhaps this is home. The keeper drifts closer. "Home is not a place, Lyra. It is the memory that remembers you." The words settle like windless rain. Lyra exhales slowly. "Then I choose to stay." The sea brightens, pulsing with a low, harmonic hum. The keeper bows, its form dissolving into trails of light. "Then you shall be the new keeper," it whispers, "guardian of the dream that endures." Lyra feels the glow rising from the depths, wrapping around her like water. The boundaries of her body dissolve into luminescence. She becomes reflection, memory, voice. Before her vision fades, she looks one last time toward the horizon. A single tear falls, glowing as it hits the sea. "Thank you," she whispers to the echo of Morpheus. The ocean replies with a soft hum, half lullaby, half farewell. Her ship fades into the mist, its light merging with the eternal tide. And where Lyra once stood, a new star begins to rise, bright, calm, unending. The keeper of dreams is born again. The silent sea lies beneath the stars, vast and dreaming. A new light glimmers where once there was only reflection. Lyra's essence drifts through the waves, calm, aware, eternal. She no longer breathes, yet she feels every rhythm of the ocean. The dreamers who come here now sense her presence like a whisper. A soft glow guides them, a warmth that eases their fears. She has become the song that the sea sings when all else falls quiet. The keeper who was once human now guards the gateway between worlds. Above, the night sky folds into silver and gold, a mirror of memory. Each star flickers in time with a dream below, connected by light unseen. Lyra speaks to them not with words, but through feeling. To those lost in sorrow, she sends calm tides. To those searching for hope, she sends a glimmer beneath the waves. To those ready to wake, she sends silence, the gentle kind that heals. Time no longer passes here. Only dreaming remains, endless and kind. In the far distance, the ship Erebus still floats, untouched by years. Its sails shimmer with faint light, glowing softly as if alive. Inside, her journals rest on the captain's desk, pages turned by unseen winds. The ink glows faintly, transforming into words of light. Morpheus is not the end. The page is read. He is the dream that remembers. Sailors, drawn by legends, still seek the silent sea. Some hear her voice in the waves, others see a woman made of light. But those who look with open hearts find something more. They feel seen, as if their dreams are being held gently in unseen hands. One traveler once wrote, "The sea is not silent, it listens." That is Lyra's gift now. The echo of all dreams turned to light. She no longer speaks to Morpheus, for she's become his reflection. Their bond hums through eternity, keeping the dream alive. And sometimes, in the stillness before dawn, the ocean breathes differently. Waves fold like sighs, the stars shimmer with a knowing glow. That is when the dreamers wake with a name on their lips, Lyra. They do not know why they speak it, but it comforts them. It feels like remembering something beautiful they had forgotten, a song with no words, a promise with no end. In the heart of the silent sea, Lyra shines softly, neither alive nor gone. Her light touches both worlds, the waking and the dreaming. It is said that when the world forgets how to dream, she will rise again, not as a goddess, but as a voice calling from within the soul. The star of the silent sea, no longer a myth, but a memory that breathes. Through her, Morpheus endures, not as shadow, but as awakening. And through him, the dream of humankind continues, quiet yet infinite. The waves cradle her light gently, never still, never lost. For in the end, every dream must return to its ocean, and every ocean remembers the dream that made it whole. The silent sea lies beneath the stars, vast and dreaming. A new light glimmers where once there was only reflection. Lyra's essence drifts through the waves, calm, aware, eternal. She no longer breathes, yet she feels every rhythm of the ocean. The dreamers who come here now sense her presence like a whisper. A soft glow guides them, a warmth that eases their fears. She has become the song that the sea sings when all else falls quiet. The keeper, who was once human, now guards the gateway between worlds. Above, the night sky folds into silver and gold, a mirror of memory. Each star flickers in time with a dream below, connected by light unseen. Lyra speaks to them not with words, but through feeling. To those lost in sorrow, she sends calm tides. To those searching for hope, she sends a glimmer beneath the waves. To those ready to wake, she sends silence, the gentle kind that heals. Time no longer passes here, only dreaming remains, endless and kind. In the far distance, the ship Erebus still floats, untouched by years. Its sails shimmer with faint light, glowing softly as if alive. Inside, her journals rest on the captain's desk, pages turned by unseen winds. The ink glows faintly, transforming into words of light. Morpheus is not the end, the pages read. He is the dream that remembers. Sailors, drawn by legends, still seek the silent sea. Some hear her voice in the waves, others see a woman made of light, but those who look with open hearts find something more. They feel seen, as if their dreams are being held gently in unseen hands. One traveler once wrote, "The sea is not silent, it listens." That is Lyra's gift now. The echo of all dreams turned to light. She no longer speaks to Morpheus, for she has become his reflection. Their bond hums through eternity, keeping the dream alive. And sometimes, in the stillness before dawn, the ocean breathes differently. Waves fold like sighs, the stars shimmer with a knowing glow. That is when the dreamers wake with a name on their lips, Lyra. They do not know why they speak it, but it comforts them. It feels like remembering something beautiful they had forgotten, a song with no words, a promise with no end. In the heart of the silent sea, Lyra shines softly, neither alive nor gone. Her light touches both worlds, the waking and the dreaming. It is said that when the world forgets how to dream, she will rise again. Not as a goddess, but as a voice calling from within the soul. The star of the silent sea, no longer a myth, but a memory that breathes. Through her, Morpheus endures, not as shadow, but as awakening. And through him, the dream of humankind continues, quiet yet infinite. The waves cradle her light gently, never still, never lost. For in the end, every dream must return to its ocean, and every ocean remembers the dream that made it whole.